CheonBo victors and CheonBo challengers. Heavenly Parents, thank you so much for your great love to each one of us, for the protection and guidance while we do our mission. Heavenly Parents, please forgive us if we commit mistakes sometimes, especially in our decision making. However, despite of all the challenges, we cling on strongly to your will so that we can accomplish greater things and support our true mother with a sincere heart and deep longing that someday the kingdom of heaven, CheonBo, will be realized. Heavenly Parents, I pray that we can all be united in heart with our true mother, our true parents, and march forward with strong willpower to defeat evil and win the battle of these last days and be victorious as we look forward toward the year 2027 with greater hope. Heavenly Parents, thank you for everything, and may this meeting be a fruitful one so that all brothers and sisters will absolutely take the challenge of becoming CheonBo, the heavenly treasures, so that we can move to a higher dimension of reality, realizing the new heaven and new earth as promised, that your will be done on earth as it is in the spiritual. Thank you so much. This I humbly pray in our couple's name. Ben and Percy Tabon Tabon, blessed child family. Adieu.
Aju. Thank you so much, Ati Percy, for that opening prayer. And so before we begin, let us offer our greetings first to our heavenly parents, our true parents. And greetings to everyone, and showing our reactions with love, or maybe hands thumbs up, or maybe clap to recognize or to tell that you are present tonight. So let's greet each other and say good evening, everyone, and welcome again to our Monday Club for our CheonBo families and CheonBo challengers. So welcome, everyone.
Good evening, everyone.
All of you, we miss you all.
Greetings from
Thank you so much. So first of all, I would like to recognize the presence of our CheonBo, Chairman of Asia Pacific, or as none other than our Dr. Robert and Teresia, Robert and Maria Quito. So let us give again our appreciation to them. Thank you for joining with us. And of course, later, our regional president, President Masaichi Huri, is now moving around the NCR, visiting the different centers in the Metro Manila. So I hope he can join with us later. And of course, our Vice Presidents of Asia Pacific, too, our Reverend Dr. Julius Manikdem and Reverend Ronnie Sudusta. Again, let's recognize them also. They are with us this evening. And of course, our national leader, Reverend Dr. Leo Ang Ilohalog. And tonight, we're going to have a very wonderful testimony coming from the best practices of two of our CheonBo victors, our Honorable Alan Glenn and Epifanio Gascon, and our Honorable Dante and Lina Wallet. So they are going to give their testimony tonight. And of course, again, we'll be hearing reflections and special messages. And to begin with our meeting tonight, we would like again to welcome, of course, no other than our CheonBo Chairman, Dr. and Mrs. Robert Quito, for their opening words for this meeting. Let's welcome them with our virtual club.
Thank you, Jaime. My wife is in Chicago and I'm in Manila.
Wow.
So I'll let her greet first and then I'll say a few words.
Good evening, everybody. So
Good
happy
evening, Tita.
to see everybody. I was yesterday in church service here in Chicago, and I met Filipino sisters. I feel very comfortable among the Filipino community. With they are wonderful sisters. So I wish you a good meeting today. Thank you.
Thank you, Tita.
Thank you. My wife is there because our second granddaughter is there also, along with the first daughter. So that's a magnet to draw grandparents attracted to grandchildren, irresistible. Anyway, thank you, Heine and Shirley, for really having these regular programs. Also, thank you, President Torrey. He's not here, but certainly his heart and spirit is really supporting these programs. We feel that when he speaks, he's got something very personal to say to each of the participants that evening. He's very good at that. So I heard this was the Monday Club as we were introduced, the Monday Club. So I'm thinking Friday is the Muslim club, and Saturday is the Jewish club, and Sunday is the Christian club. So this is the Moon Club, the Moon Day Club.
Wow, a Jew. That's a new term, Moon Club.
Oh, yeah, it's quite special. I want to also appreciate and encourage the CheonBo victors to help CheonBo challengers to really accomplish this. It will be, I believe, one of the most important kind of, we call it foundation of faith, foundation of substance. When we start to rebuild families, we will rebuild communities. And True Mother is doing this. Recently, we had the PCLC first annual convocation after 1 year, and then we brought international participants. We had a very nice gathering together, a very wonderful program. And at that time, I quoted True Mother, and she quotes the Bible. I think it's chapter 2 in Mark, where it says, you should not put new wine into old wineskins, because the wineskin will break and you'll lose the wine and everything will be lost. So you lose both. So I asked the question, then what is more important? The new wine or the new wine skin? Actually, they're both important. But what is the priority? What is the priority? Actually, we think of new wine as new truth. But we have to put it into something. We need a new wineskin. So we need the new wineskin first. And Mother has said we have to discard anything that is man-made, and that's the old wineskin. And what is the old wineskin? Let's be very clear. The old wineskin and the new wineskin, if we can understand these really, really clearly, then this is why our movement is so successful, I believe. The new wineskin, the old wineskin. Mother talks about the new wineskin, and then she says this new wineskin is centered on God as our heavenly parent. Not just Heavenly Father, that's okay. The more complete picture is God is our heavenly parent. This is the new wineskin. This then changes everything. Why is that? We know that man and woman together are made in the image of God. And this then gives us the focus, the support, the encouragement, the determination to work through difficulties within marriage. Because man and woman together are in the image of God, not man alone, not woman alone, but man and woman together. And they have to build that togetherness in order to be in the image of God. So the old wineskin means it's centered on the individual. Salvation, or my relationship with God, is just centered on the individual. and dominated by men. If you look at the Trinity, God the Father, God the Son, and God the and God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Ghost or Holy Spirit. And they're all men. But Mother is saying, no, 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 no. We need a balanced system. God is the heavenly parent. And then we have the Heavenly Father, the Holy Son, and the Holy Spirit, representing the masculine and feminine nature of God. So this means that a man and a woman together are in the image of God. If we look at it backwards, then God becomes a heavenly parent. We look at it forward, and this is where the concept of true parents comes from, that man and woman together be in the image of God. If man is in the image of God and woman is in the image of God, and they come together, they can do more. They can amplify that image. They can create children and grandchildren and lineages. Man cannot do it alone. Woman cannot do it alone. So more of God's attributes are manifested in the combination of masculine and feminine. And this is going to change everything. The first thing it changes is our focus on the importance of marriage. And that's one of the reasons we are successful. Of course, we have true parents as our model, but we've also got the teaching that amplifies that, really centered on the Bible, centered on what is really central to God's teaching. So I emphasize this because to me it's a game changer. It's going to change the fundamentals, and it's what is needed in this woke society where religions are being brought into secular thinking, brought into confused chaos about the value of sexuality, the purpose of marriage. We don't need the family. We don't need marriage. We can just have sex. In fact, we get to choose our own sex. It's not, it's so crazy out there. It's the religious people that have to find this new wineskin and then can begin to create a new understanding, a new theology that really supports and is rooted in the Bible, but supports the importance of the two-parent family. This is what is urgently needed. This is what our true parents are giving to us. This is what we can give to the CheonBo victors, CheonBo challengers, and really people throughout this nation and other nations as well. To me, this is so important what Mother is teaching us. God is our heavenly parent. And that implements in my relationship to my wife and vice versa. Anyway, I've taken a long time, but I thank you for this opportunity. Again, I look forward to the testimonies and the time that we share together. God bless. Thank you.
Wow, that's amazing. Thank you so much, our CheonBo chairman, Dr. Robert Tito and Tita Teresia, for the opening, very wonderful words to begin with our meeting, emphasizing how important our relationship with our Heavenly Parent. God is our Heavenly Parent, not only as our Father, only our Mother, but our Heavenly Parent, our true parents in this people world. Okay, so thank you so much again for that wonderful words. And so to give also his opening words and remarks, let us just, welcome our Vice President of Asia Pacific 2, and other than our Dr. Julius B. Malignan. Let's welcome him again with our virtual club.
Thank you. Good evening. Good evening, Dr. and Mrs. Kittle, Jimmy, Ate Shirley, Vice President Ronnie. Hopefully, President Hori could catch up together with our national leaders. So they have some schedules today. But anyway, thank you so much and welcome once again to our Monday Club. Actually, many developments going on with the Providence. I'm sure more reports will be coming out with the Conference of Hope held last Saturday, and I think some of our members could not watch, but hopefully you could watch because it's very inspiring. Actually, when somehow there is always some kind of a sacrificial lamb, and then based on that, once we overcome, and then a new door will open. So it's always like that. When looks like God closes the door, He always opens windows, right? So that's why when we see based on this perspective, now although it's challenging, especially in Japan, with our members, but somehow something definitely will happen, and God never loses. God never loses. Our heavenly parent never loses. So that's why this is somehow like preparing something for us, for God to claim something. So that's why we're very hopeful for that. Just to share, actually last Monday I am supposed to share, but I was cut. But I'm so inspired. Actually, we have uh, conducted a 7 days Divine Principle workshop for our blessed children in the Philippines. And yeah, although it's hybrid, some of them were attending as a group in different regions. But what inspires me actually is uh, the response of many of them. I remember when President Hori heard some of the reflection from the participants, he himself emphasized, uh, our blessed children need spiritual parents. And that struck me because normally uh, they grow up in a blessed family, they grow up with their blessed parents, but they treat them as physical parents. For them, their viewpoint is that they are their physical parents. For us, first generation, we have spiritual parents. Somebody took care of us spiritually, guided us, made us understand the divine principle, you know. But for many of our blessed children, we thought it's automatic for them, right? That once they're born in our movement, in our, then they automatically understand the divine principle. In fact, it's not. They need to be witnessed. President Hori emphasized in our meeting when he heard about this testimony of one second gen who testified at the end of the workshop. He said he himself is like a atheist, you know. He doesn't, you know, he's critic of religion, he's critic of, you know, faith. But however, even though he grew up in our movement, but he himself after the workshop testified that now he could understand there is really God. And then that's why President Hori was very inspired. He said, yeah, at least we saved one second gen, atheist second gen, and now starting his life of faith. And then that struck me because this is so important for our blessed children. You know, as CheonBo, our families are treasures of heaven. And so every time we, you know, that there is a family wherein we like lose some of our blessed children, this is very painful to our heavenly parent, right? So that's why when we think of this, brothers and sisters, as CheonBo, of course, we have responsibility to guide our tribe. We have a responsibility to guide, you know, to to be involved with the providence. But one of the most important frontline is our family. So that's why, you know, when we think of how the blessed children are being raised up in our community, and then when they realize, oh, how beautiful and how important the divine principle is, actually for us this is very inspiring. In fact, when we were in Malaysia when I accompanied President Hori, one of the second gen, I think he's 20 or 21 years old, and then he was so inspired because he joined witnessing, and then he brought one of his three of his classmates to participate in a 4 days divine principle workshop. And then he also attended that workshop. And then what inspired him actually and challenged
Unsmoke
his faith is
Pilipinas.
that when his classmates learned about the divine principle, they were so inspired. Like, you know, wow, now I know this is the reason why Adam and Eve, you know, this is the meaning of the fall. Oh, now I could understand this is why God, this. And then for this second gen was so like challenged because he was not so inspired about divine principle, because he said, I grew up in divine principle since we were kids. We are learning divine principle. So I'm not so inspired. But when I listened to my classmate, to the one I invited for this workshop, I was challenged. So I was challenged to learn more and understand more. divine principle by heart, he said. And because of that, I think we really have to give opportunity for our blessed children to rediscover, to discover their starting point of their life of faith. It's not automatic. We can guide them, we can prepare the environment for them, but still it's their portion of responsibility. That's why I remember President Hori emphasized, like, we have to witness even to our blessed children. We have to witness to them so that they can also experience that same excitement as first generation when we decided to follow true parents, when we ourselves were convinced of the divine principle. They need to experience that, he said. So that's why, anyway, this is most important as CheonBo, and then especially as treasures of heaven. Let our family really become this treasure of heaven. When we are not in this physical world anymore, it's our children who will continue this legacy of our true parents, establishing treasures of heaven through the CheonBo families. So our blessed children will inherit that, and then our their children also. This has to be passed on from generation to generation. That's why, yeah, I let's support them, our blessed children. Very soon, now Philippines is hosting the Songwa Youth Workshop. It's a year-end workshop which Asia Pacific region is always doing. If you still remember, we always do in Bangkok, Thailand. But you know, this time, brothers and sisters, Philippines will be the host of this workshop. So please prepare. I hope that many of our blessed children can really participate. This is opportunity for our blessed children in Philippines to attend this very important year-end workshop. It's a once-a-year workshop, and based on our experience, many of them could like it becomes the starting point of their life of faith. That it becomes the opportunity for them to open up some of their problems, some of their difficulties with their parents, and then some of their questions about the blessing. They're not so serious about preparing for the blessing, but after they attend the workshop, then most of them starts to become serious about preparing for the blessing. So please, let's give more opportunity for our blessed children in Philippines. Our goal actually is only like around 150 in Philippines, but I hope that more, especially from the regions, for a long time they could not come together. And then, so that's why, please, let's support them. Even financially, they need registration fees. So I hope that we can give more opportunities for our blessed children to join in this Songwa Youth Workshop. This will be 12th Songwa Youth Workshop, first time for Philippines to host. Many from other countries will be coming to Philippines. So sana hindi ito ma-miss ng mga blessed children natin who are already in the Philippines. So yeah, let's do our best in this remaining days before the end of this year, and always continue to unite with our true mother. 감사합니다.
Thank you so much, our Reverend Dr. Julius Miligden, again, for that new updates coming from those activities, especially the Rally of Hope last Saturday. We are so appreciated with that very successful rally. And of course, the 7 days divine principle of our second generation. Yeah, it's really true. No, our second generations needs spiritual parent that needs to guide them also. So I think we have to continuously educate them, especially they are our inheritor, our future. And of course, reminding again about the Songwa Youth Workshop in the Philippines. So I hope all of us, blessed families, CheonBo families, CheonBo challengers can send our children, especially those who are in the adolescence period, that we have to attend to this very important education seminar in the Philippines. So let's take that opportunity, grab that opportunity, and bring all our second generation for that seminar. So again, thank you so much, Julius, for that very wonderful opening words and updates. And now, and of course, we would like to welcome everyone, especially for the new blessed families who are attending this Monday club. We call it CheonBo Club every Monday, or new in this platform. This is very important educational platform for all our CheonBo families, our CheonBo challengers, for us to be updated of the current events and also of the providence, not only the Philippines, but also for Asia Pacific and also for the world. So at this point, let us move on to the next part of the program, that is for the presentation of our HTM video report, our weekly report. And probably even though you are in your own different your areas, but through your HGM TP or your coordinators, still they are working to follow up your tribe in your own respective tribes in the Philippines. So let us watch this weekly report coming from our HTM secretariats. Let's watch the video. Much HTM department for consolidating the weekly report. So let's give our appreciation again to all our CheonBo families, CheonBo challengers, doing their HTM mission in their own respective tribe to cope up with their mission to fulfill their vertical and horizontal blessing. Okay, so at this point, so let's move on to the CheonBo families with their best practices tonight. We are going to listen first to one of the couple. They are from Baguio City, Cordillera. So there are a Filipino couple. They are our Honorable Alan Glenn and Epifania Gascon, and they're one of our longtime members in Baguio. So they're going to give their best practices and testimony on how they have accomplished There are 430 couples and what they are doing in educating the 43 couples and how they overcome many challenges and come to the point of becoming our CheonBo victors. So CheonBo families, CheonBo challengers, let us all welcome our Honorable Allen and Epifania Gascon with our virtual crowd.
Good evening po.
Good evening, Allen.
Good evening.
Good evening po.
Good evening.
Before I begin with our report, I would like to express our gratitude to our heavenly parents and true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind. A warm evening to our President of Asia Pacific Region, Reverend and Mrs. Kito, our President of Asia Pacific too, Reverend Masait Hori, our Vice President Asia Pacific too, Reverend Ronnie Sodosta, and Reverend Julius Malikdem, Asia Pacific HTM Director Reverend and Mrs. Jimmy Vergara. Good evening to all our CheonBo victors and CheonBo challengers, and to all our beloved Central Blessed families. Here is our report on how we became a CheonBo couple. Before I go on, I would like to read one of our True Father's precious quote. It says, "It is ideal to unite the past, the future, and the present perfectly." Please allow me to introduce our couple. My name is Allen Glenn and Gascon. I was born in Bugias, Mget, and I am 53 years of age. My spiritual birth is June 6, 1986, and my wife is Epifania F. Gascon, born in San Leonardo, Nueva Ecija, 48 years of age, and her spiritual birth is January 6, 1992. We are currently residing in Baguio City. We are blessed married couples. Our order of blessing is 360,000 couples, and that was in August 25th of 1995. This is my family. We got 3 daughters. The first is Nikki Lane Marie G. Martin, 30 years old, working as nurse in the U.S., and married to Chas Martin, 30 years of age. They attended the Hugh Jong Cosmic Blessing last April 15 of 2022. My second daughter is Neji F. Gascon, 20 years old, currently studying culinary arts in Australia, and she's a blessing candidate. And my youngest child is Norway F. Gascon, 26 years old. She is working at Department of Agriculture, Baguio, and also a blessing candidate. We also have one grandchild named Navy Roy, who is now 8 years old and studying at Grace Baptist Academy, grade 3 pupil. These are our parents. My parents was able to attend the blessing of 360,000 couples dated August 25th of 1995. And my wife's parents did join also the 400 million couples holy blessing dated November 29 of 1997. I have 3 siblings. Our eldest, Maria Rowena Kitagawa, is 56 years old. She is my spiritual mother. Married to Tumumasa Kitagawa. They are in the 6,500 blessing order and are residing in Kochiken, Japan. They have 3 children, Yoko, a nurse, Kana, tourism, and Hiroki, a college student. They are also one of the CheonBo challenger. Second is Ariel Gascon, 55 years of age, married to Yuki Yuneda, 52 years old, and they are in the 30,000 blessing order, and are also CheonBo Victor. They have one child named Yumi, a high school student at St. Louis High School. They are currently residing here in Baguio. Our youngest is Myra Fe Brillante, 51 years old, an OFW in Hong Kong, married to Melvin Brillante, 53 years old. They also attended 400 Million Holy Blessing in November 29, 1997. They have 4 children: Ira, 28, Arian, 26, student, Shanpers, 21, student, Samantha, 16, student, and their grandson Terence, 4 years old. My wife has 6 siblings. They are Edwin, Marilyn, Bliselda, Michael, Ricardo, and Reggie. All of them have attended also the 400 Million Holy Blessing. Now, this is the past. My activities when I came to know the church. I am a full-time student. I started in 1986 as a CARP member, martial art assistant, CARP and seminar mobilizer and staff in the medical and dental services, and also we do orphanage visitation and as a organizer of barangay cleaning drive. In 1991, I also joined the international fundraising team in Hong Kong with my spiritual child, Michael Kiriao. My wife purely supports in all CARP activities and church activities. In 1992, to present, I worked as a book distributor here in CARP in Region 1. And thanks goodness that I have this work that financially supports me and my family, and support also some activities that needed to be accomplished for the province. In the past, also we worked as siblings team. From 2001 to 2008, my family and my brother's family worked as a team. We were able to build up close relationship with our educator friends, and they became ambassador for peace, and they let us organize the different activities. Even if we have little finances, but we came to finish it all successfully. They are from the universities of BSU, NIIT, Baguio City Technology School, Baguio City High School, Benguet State University. We used to gather all these students using their time for the NSTP activities. Their activities are cleanup drive in various barangays, values seminars wherein we invite professors from different professors for values education, including ours, Tongil Mudo trainings in various barangays, and Baguio, using their barangay halls. We work unitedly also with our Blessed Central families in Baguio chapter. We organize, set the proposed plans, and execute it with our own capacity of our finances. These are from the different areas in the Benguet, in Pangasinan, in La Union, and as far as Aluling of Cervantes, Ilocos Sur. These activities are medical and dental services, and Asian Mobile Medical Services is the banner of this medical team. We also have lectures on 5 principles of peace, and all the support was given to us by, of course, our church staff. Continuously, in various universities and government agencies, we rendered lectures on 5 principles of peace. More activities is that we also have this Benguet orphanage in visitation in Wangal. We do feeding program and entertainment, gift giving. We do campus tour seminars and seminars on Global Peace Festival, Youth Assembly, and of course we have also this Interfaith Blessing and UPF seminars. again, more activities in the various places in Baguio and universities. Always doing medical and dental services and orphanage visitation. And we also have this International Youth Summit. Now let's go to the future. More challenges, but we were able to faithfully, successfully accomplish. We started our vertical line, the 430 Ancestors Liberation and Blessings, on November 5th of 2005, and we were able to finish it on October 19 to 20 of 2019. Me and my wife and my brother Ariel and his wife Yuki had it finished all at the same time. Of course, with all our efforts and with our physical family, we support and help each other in all the conditions and financial aspect. Here's a simple glimpse welcoming our ancestors. Together with the whole family of Gascon, we receive all our ancestors here in Baguio, our home sweet home. Now let's go to our horizontal line. As you can see here in the pictures, the completion of our 430 tribe from our Abel tribe and Caen tribe. Our Abel tribe, 187 couples, mostly attended the 400 million holy blessings in November 29, 1997, and some also attended the interfaith blessings. From our Caen tribe, 243 couples, we were able to complete our 430 tribe horizontal line February 14 of 2020 at Poblacion Tuba Interfaith Blessing. Now, these are the activities in raising our 43 couples. We do constant visitation. We give DP lectures and inspirational messages. Relief giving and reunion. Of course, every holidays. We do also this distribution of the autobiography of our true parents. And every Saturday, we do evening devotions. We do also online devotions and online DP lectures. We use YouTube of the Divine Principle Lecture, courtesy of Reverend Joseph Nabalta. Here's a clip from our online devotion. Now we are in the present day, today, as CheonBo victors, we continuously witness and connect people to our heavenly parents and true parents of heaven and earth and humankind. Let them be engrafted through the blessing and to become treasures of heaven. We continuously helping and supporting our blessed central families with their activities as tribal messiahs to become CheonBo victors. We continuously prepare our 43 couples to become CheonBo. CheonBo victors will always be united and support our true mother for Vision 2027. And work more, work harder in our work career to support financially in our mission. To end my report, let me read again from Father's Word about becoming tribal Messiah. To end my report, allow me to read again from Father's Word about becoming tribal Messiah. When I tell you to go as tribal Messiah, I am telling you to go to your tribe, plant new seed, and since everything born there is false, since they are wild olive trees, you must make them into true olive trees, engraft them and make fields of true olive trees. For your clan, there is no greater gospel. This is the most precious accomplishment in the world. Thank you very much for your time and listening. God bless you all.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. So let's
Thank you
give our
po.
appreciation to our Honorable Glenn and Epifania Gascon for their story of how did they become CheonBo, and relating a very concise, a very organized report of the history, how they have started as a couple, their family, and finally to become CheonBo. Yeah, it's really true that as true mother said, to father said, we have to go to our tribe and we have to plant new seed. And then we have to transform from the wild olive tree to become true olive tree. And that is how important the blessing is that we need to spread. That people have to receive it, not only in the Philippines, but all over the world. So let's again give our appreciation to the couple of our Honorable Alan Glenn and Epifania Gascon for their best practices. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Glenn. Thank you, Fe,
Thank you
for that
po.
wonderful report. Okay. And now let's move on to next couple of our CheonBo families. They are one of our early pioneers of our, we call it Professors Association for the Research of Principal or PARC in the Region 2. And they are our senior members. Actually, as of now, they are living now in America, happily living with their children, with their grandchildren, but their heart is still in the Philippines. So without further ado, let us all welcome our Honorable Engineer Dante and Professor Lina Wallet to give their best practices. So let's welcome them with our virtual club.
Warm greetings to our heavenly parents, true parents, to our dear leaders, blessed central families, and to all our brothers and sisters around the world. It is our pleasure to share this testimony. I am Dante Walat, and this is my wife Lina from Itiague, Isabela, Philippines. My husband and I met the movement through the Bakiran family, who invited the American missionary Reverend Philip Shanker to teach in a 2-day seminar. After that seminar, I received a lot of persecution, including from my husband, who told me to stop joining because he suspected the group was a cult. My spiritual mother, Angel Lorenzana, patiently provided reading materials and shared the value of true parents. I'm thankful to her for that. My family started practicing Honduke in October 1989. My husband was reluctant to join, but that changed after he attended a 7-day Divine Principle workshop. Our lives have since changed in many ways. We quit smoking, became less prone to anger and worry, and improved our relationships. We were blessed on August 25, 1992 in Korea in the 30,000 couple blessing. My daughter, the eldest of 3 children, was matched with her Korean husband in 1996. We took care of their first daughter for 3 years while she pursued further studies in Korea to get better chances of getting a job. In 2012, my daughter died in a car accident, leaving behind her 2 young daughters, now 21 and 19 years old. They are both attending college. My prayers were soon realized when my other children were blessed. My first son was matched with his Chinese wife. They now have 3 children. And my second son was matched to his Japanese wife, now have 2 children. Father said that we can perfect our heart by loving and embracing at least 3 nationalities. Of course, it is hard to cope with individual differences, cultures and traditions, but we still have to embrace all people because of true love. Words cannot express our joy as parents living in a 3-generation family. The true happiness we experience in seeing and serving our children and grandchildren and in passing down the heavenly tradition of filial piety, obedience, respect, love for parents, and a culture of sharing and serving. Our investment in the heavenly tradition here in our lifetime will lay a strong foundation for the success of our future generation. We are so grateful that we are one among the Heavenly Tribal Messiah victors in 2015 and CheonBo awardee in 2019. One of our best practices is living for the sake of others. Our true parents' philosophy of life is to live for the sake of others. Let us inherit their heart by practicing it. My husband and I offered scholarship to poor but deserving students. I paid their tuition fees, provided weekly allowances, uniforms, and project budget. Our house is just across Isabela State University, ISU, which is a state college and offers a minimal tuition fee. I required them to attend 1-day, 7-day, and 21-day DP seminars before the semester started. And of course, I asked them to join us in our morning hondoke. They stayed with us, free meal and boarding house fee, for as long as they helped with the household chores. I taught them how to bake cupcakes, loaf bread, and other baked products so they could have income in addition to their allowance. As a faculty in the university, my subject load for the courses the Filipino Family and Values Education, aside from baking and culinary arts. One of the requirements I asked of students was to attend a 1-day DP seminar. It was in my class in Values Education and the Filipino Family where I was able to invite 5 of my students to join the Philcor matching. They are now employed in Korea. These are my 5 spiritual children in Korea with their families. We have a 3-story building boarding house located across the Tiague Municipal Hall and near ISU. I offered 1 room for the UPF office, 2nd floor, and the 3rd floor for Sunday services, lecture hall, and martial arts. We had about 50 boarders, and I encouraged them to attend lectures conducted by Engineer Jose Lorenzana, who happened to be our center leader and regional HTM director. We distributed 430 books of True Fathers as a peace-loving global citizen during the 40th day of my loving daughter, Marielle. It was held at the ISU de Venecia Hall, where our relatives on both sides, our friends, and some personnel of ISU were given a copy.
Among our HTM members for livelihood, this program has been very successful and is a part of ISU's extension activity. Each recipient will make a promise of giving back a pair of chicken to be given to other families. I established a model vegetable garden at Barangay Malitao, where most of my relatives live. I also planted 30 malunggay trees and share vegetable seedlings and seeds.
Food is love. Whenever I cook food or bake cake, I see to it that my friends or neighbors get their share. Maybe I inherited this culture from my grandmother and mother, who are fond of cooking and sharing.
Family reunions. We have been doing reunions for about 2 decades now. We usually celebrate it's a very 30th of December. We invite relatives and friends at the beginning of each year. I started raising chickens, pigs, to prepare for the celebration. Now, in our absence, it is my siblings who are continuing the tradition.
We conducted an interfaith peace family blessing festival in fulfilling our 430 couples in chosen barangays in Isabela. We usually conduct education through home group. While here in the US, we participated in other activities like we visited churches to distribute invitations to True Mother's Coming on December 28, 2019. Participated in FICA, Filipino International Community in America activities. Luckily, we were awarded Outstanding Parents Award on August 31, 2019. We also attended the UPF Blessing at Clifton Church, December 7, 2019. I also bake or offer cakes during holidays and special occasions. And we launched our OHC, Online Holy Community, last April 2021. Our plans and goals is to push through with a Mighty Six to Molva Clan reunion before 2027, praying that God will intervene for the COVID virus to wane, for us to give the blessing to our relatives. To celebrate our golden anniversary 2 years from now, God willing, in order to give the blessing to our relatives on both sides and to our friends. To improve the third floor of our building for the Heavenly Parents Holy Community Church, and to prepare 3 rooms for the 3-day ceremony. To put up a small chapel in Barangay Malitao, where most of our HTM members come from, and to assist our children and 2 of our spiritual children to become CheonBo achievers. Lastly, let me share these lines. The heart that loves is always healthy. The heart that serves is always happy. The heart that cares is always strong. The most useful asset of a person is a beautiful heart full of love, with ears open to listen and hands willing to help. That can bring things into your life all the money in the world couldn't obtain. No beauty shines brighter than that of a good heart. Let us bring victory to heavenly parents and true parents. Adieu!
Aju, wow, that's amazing. Thank you, our Honorable Engineer Dante and our Professor Dina Walat, fresh from America. Actually, now they are in America together with their grandchildren, with their foster children. And yeah, they are really, in spite of their old age, as senior citizens, but still they are very dedicated, very sincere, and very active, and still doing their best to fulfill their mission as CheonBo families, especially for their plans for the future, gathering for all the tribe, both sides to receive the blessing. Yeah, truly, you have a golden heart of fulfilling that mission. So once again, let us give our appreciation to our Honorable Dante and our Professor Dina Walat for that wonderful best practices from their HTM or CheonBo victory. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, po, ma'am, for that wonderful report. Okay, so did you love it? Did you like it? Blessed families, CheonBo families. Okay, so let's move on to our one of our CheonBo challengers. Of course, we would like to call one of our CheonBo challengers, no other than, but he is one of our very active HTM coordinator in Ichagi as well. And I would like to call our Mr. Loreto Portabes for his reflection. So let's welcome him, Mr. Loreto Portabes.
Ano taga bandada? Tiyaga? Okay. Good evening po, everyone. So good evening to our very own Dr. Robert Kittel and Ma'am Teresa Kittel, and to our Vice President of Asia Pacific, to Reverend Julius Marictim. Good evening, sir. And also to our very own HM Regional Director, Reverend Jaime Vergara and Ma'am Shirley Vergara. Good evening. And to all our CheonBo challengers, to all our CheonBo couples, our blessed families, our blood sisters. So have a pleasant evening, everyone. So tonight, I am going to share to you my determination and my commitment as being a CheonBo challenger. So before I share to you my insight or my essence of being a CheonBo couple, I would like to share the sharing of Sir Allen Glenn Gascon, and the CheonBo couple of Epifania Gascon. So I know that they really work hard in order for them to become a CheonBo couple. I know that they really exert more effort, time, and also doing their responsibility to bless their respective tribe in order for them to reach their 430 couples. So I really salute them. So, and also the couple of Honorable Dante and Lina Walat. So I know them personally. I know that they are very hardworking couple. I know that they really want their tribe to become a regular member, to become a core member. So I am very much grateful because I am one of them. I am belong to their 43 couples. So as their CheonBo challenger, so I know that they have their willing heart to support me in also raising my 430 couples. So I know them personally because they are from Ichagi, and I am the one who will, because they are now in the America, so I am the one who will taking their 430 couples together with a couple of Dr. and Dr. Engineer Jose Lorenzana. So I really salute those couple of Honorable Dante Walat and Lina Walat. So for me, I know that being a CheonBo challenger is not an easy task. I know that we have so many things to do in order for us to reach that level. So for me, in my part, this time, so I do my duties and responsibilities as a blessed family to support, to help our brothers and sisters here, because I assign here in Ichagi as well as in region. So I really do my best. I really do my best in order for me to become a CheonBo couple, in order for me to become a victorious, a heavenly tribal Messiah. So I am really glad that our beloved true mother, our beloved true parents will really introduce us this kind of things that in order for us to really enter, diba? Our goal in life is to enter the kingdom of heaven. That's why for me and my wife, so my wife exactly finished the 430 ancestors blessing and liberation. So in my part also, I started also liberating and blessing my sisters. So I do hope that before the 2027 ends, I will become and my wife become the CheonBo couple. And that's all. And good evening, everyone. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, our Kuya Loreto. Yeah, very active brother, doing also helping a lot in the follow-up and the education of our blessed families there in Ichagi, Isabela. Yeah, a Jew. So he's really challenging himself to become also one of our CheonBo victors for 2023. So thank you so much, Kuya Loreto, for that reflection and determination. And now we would like to
Kuya Jimmy, you're muted.
sorry. Okay, thank you so much to our Brother Loreto Portales to give now for his words of inspiration and also his reflection, his takeaway on the testimonies of our two CheonBo families. So let's welcome. He's known to us as the 10 miracles of CheonBo. So let's welcome our Reverend Ronnie Sudosta, our Vice President of Asia Pacific too. Let's welcome him with our virtual club.
I want to say good evening, everyone, to our Dr. Kittel, Amay, Mrs. Kittel, President Hori, Dr. Julius, and all the leaders, blessed families, CheonBo challengers, and CheonBo victors who are with us tonight. Good night po. Good evening. For the message, I just want to share po yung sobrang inspiration that I have received, which is in my Facebook wall. On my birthday po, last October 31, I mentioned yung quote of the day po, and I will mention this to everyone. Sabi po dito ni Harriet Tubman, every great dream begins with a dreamer. Always remember, you have within you the strength, the patience, and the passion to reach for the stars and change the world. I believe po, CheonBo challengers and CheonBo victors with us, sabi po dito, we need strength, patience, and passion in order to fulfill our dream. Today po, I had a very good opportunity after our meeting to have a dinner with Dr. Kittel. And Dr. Kittel mentioned about his life in Pakistan. Anyway, in short, ang message po niya doon was that when we've accomplished God's will, God will find a way to thank us. And CheonBo victors, especially, I can really, we can really give our testimony in this one, how right after we were proclaimed CheonBo victors, or right after we became victory in our blessings or in our mission, we can see how heavenly parents and true parents were so thankful doon po sa in achieving victory. And today, as I listen po with the testimonies, CheonBo testimonies tonight, especially to the Gascon family, I am really so inspired po with your HTM blessing. But more importantly, what really inspires me was to hear that your daughter po, who is a nurse in America, was received the blessing and was blessed with someone who is working outside. I was inspired because I know this is my front line as well, becoming a blessed family, having a daughter of my own. Especially in this time po, in one of my message with President Hori mentioned to me that this is a very difficult time. We have to understand that in this time we can see that even member of the true family, even through children were, they're like a petal that was break and far away from their roots, from true parents. And many blessed families around the world, they're having hard time to educate their children how to receive the blessing. Kaya po sobrang na-inspire po ako when you share your story. Hindi ko lang po alam, but I hope later on you can share what kind of family tradition you have in the house, how you educate your children, how they will be able to understand your faith, to inherit your faith towards heavenly parents and true parents. But I believe po, your victory inside your family become the very foundation. That's why you can bring victory outside your family, fulfilling your CheonBo, your CheonBo mission. People can see in your family a model of what it's like to be a CheonBo family. And this really sparks an inspiration to many people, especially for me po. Right now, my story, I did not grew with a complete family. Single parent po ako with my mother, and I do not know how to become a father to my two daughters right now. But when you shared your testimony, I was really emotional and thinking that, my God, sana all, CheonBo all. Sana all, could learn from your story, learn from your best practice, how you educate your own children that they can understand and inherit your faith towards true parents, and how that become a basis for people to look on you as a blessed family. I think it's very important po. And thank you so much for really, we know po, most of us, may certain period talaga yung pag-mission but even after your mission period, you hold on to true parents' providence. You hold on to that one. Marami pong blessed family. They said, we will go out, but we will never leave true parents. But we do not want to judge, but many among these families are not attending Hundo Care, not doing Sunday service, or not connected to true parents. But thank you po for showing us a model tonight na kaya po. Even though we are not on our prime of younger days, we are not on the prime of our youth, hindi tayo maka-fundraising, hindi tayo maka-mission, but in our own ways, God is holding on to us. God is still relying on to us. Kahit hindi po tayo nagpa-fundraising, hindi po tayo nag-witnessing while staying in the center, God is really holding on to us. True parents need us to do our part in a certain mission. Kaya Sir Allen, Ate Pet, thank you so much po for such a tremendous inspiration that you have given to me personally tonight, na kaya pala, possible pala that hindi lang mission, even my children choose to become successful in the society, but they can understand my faith. They can inherit my love for true parents. They can inherit the intensity of my love for heavenly parents and true parents. Thank you so much po. And of course, to the Walat family, whom I did mission before po, I had the opportunity to meet them personally in Isabela and in different women's fed occasions, event, and also nakakamiss po kasi as a younger people, now that we are living in a very confused, difficult environment right now, as far as our church is concerned, we have blessed families like the Walat family and the Gascon family showing us na we are strong, who's showing us that true mother is strong, and we have to hold on, we have to be strong. When many environment po, what's happening in Japan, what's happening with the true family are very confused, are very difficult, still we have blessed families who's not wavering in their life of faith, who's uniting with our true mother, uniting with our true father. And it's very important that we have to learn from this family. I believe po, they are the silent heroes, silent majority. Maybe your voice cannot be heard because you are not the main leaders, but po, with your testimony, you inspire us all, you inspire me. And I hope that I can bring your story to many blessed families, not just in the Philippines, but dito po sa buong Asia. And thank you so much po. Sobrang inspiration na po ito. Parang kahit na anong negative yung pumasok sa akin until the end of this year, hindi na po kakayanin ni Satan na ma-weaken ako because so much inspiration po talaga I have received from this gathering. Thank you po, and sorry I've talked a lot, but because of too much inspiration I have received also from our dear blessed families. And I hope po how God is thankful, how true parents is thankful for all of you for holding on to your faith, not wavering, still strong po, connected with our true parents, providence, and true parents love. Thank you so much po. Sorry. And good evening, everyone.
Thank you so much, our Reverend Ronnie Sudosta, our Vice President of Asia Pacific 2, our President as well of our IAYSP. Yeah, it's really true. Yeah, what is good about this CheonBo Club every Monday meeting is we are hearing directly direct testimony coming from our blessed families, our CheonBo families, of who they are, their accomplishments, and for the future plans. That unlike for others that we only hear about the testimonies when they have to pass away, when they have to go to the spiritual world, then that's the time that we can listen to the testimonies. But to us, we are already hearing directly from them. So it's really a very, very educational and very informative platform for us to know not only one couple, but for all our blessed families, so that we can become more closer and truly to become the citizens of CheonBo. Thank you so much, our Vice President Ronnie, for that sharing again for this evening. And so at this point, we feel very sorry to everyone that we cannot hear direct words coming from our President Masaichi Huri, and also with our national leader, because they have informed us that as of now, they are moving around NCR and they are now in Taguig, visiting the center there in Taguig. So even though how much they wanted to join, but now they are entertaining also our blessed families and members there in Taguig. So as of this time, they cannot join us this meeting. Hopefully, next meeting, then they can be here with us and they can maybe share more about what is happening now. Because President Huri would like to directly know exactly what is happening in the different centers, and probably is not going to do that in NCR, but also in nearby regions all over the country. So thank you so much with all the presentation again for this evening, especially to our CheonBo families, our Honorable Alan Glenn, Epifania Gascon, and our Honorable Dante and Ma'am Lina Walat for their best practices. And of course, the reflections coming from our brother Loreto Portales, our Vice President Ronnie, and of course, coming from our CheonBo Chairman, Dr. Robert Quito, Sir Julius, and Ma'am Felicia Quito also. Thank you so much. But before we finally conclude our meeting, we would like again to remind you this very important announcement. So I would like to repeat again this announcement for the sake of everyone, because these are very, very important announcements. So we would like to ask our Secretariat to do again the honor of showing to us the announcement. So these are the announcement again. So again, as we have informed you, and we have our meeting with all our CheonBo families on the modification of information, because there are some still confusion that is going on. But I hope we are very grateful to Krista that she is very patient and trying to address all the inquiry of how we have to modify. So, but still we are given until the end of this month, November 30, to modify with that. And again, with the agreement of the blessing donation. So please do your best. This is our offering and our commitment to offer our blessing donations. And also, of course, the donation of gratitude. as we would like to be grateful, always eternally grateful to our heavenly parents and true parents for this award that you have given us, and also for those who have already signed and their intention to acquire the Cheongshimon material. So we have set the deadline until at least November 15 to give your names, no? And with the recommendation coming from your regional leader, and the payment that will be until the end of this month. And the resumption of this regular Monday meeting. So as of this time, we have 100. The biggest so far is we have 150, but last week we have 151. But so far, we have not yet meet our goal of bringing at least 300 to 400 with other challengers. So I hope we'll do extra mile or double our, our witnessing and encouraging all our CheonBo challengers as well to include or to invite them in this platform, our regular CheonBo Club. And the upcoming Asia Pacific 2 HJ CheonBo event, that is the Ancestors Liberation and Blessing. So please don't forget that. That will be on the November 15, November 18 and 19. So that will be in Cebu. Okay, so please take advantage of that, especially for those who are trying to cope up with their Ancestors Liberation Blessing. So let's do our best that everybody have to join in this Ancestors Liberation and Blessing. So this will be held here in the Philippines, and next will be, okay, next announcement. And these are now on the special education. So we are now doing a follow-up on those who have attended the 2-day special CheonBo. So we are already done with Calabarzon and Bicol. So on tomorrow, we're going to meet with all our CheonBo families and CheonBo challengers in Cagayan Valley. So please take note of that and then prepare for your report, the progress of the Ancestors Liberation and Blessing and the horizontal. So these are the following schedules every Tuesday and Thursday. So please take note of that. And so you're given already the material, the format on how you have to give your report, so that we will know how many out of our 430 are already done with their Ancestors Liberation and Blessing. Okay, so next will be, these are the following CheonBo giving the testimony. So I hope please don't fail to give your report, prepare it very well, like what we have heard again this evening. So you are, at least check with the our group chat, no, and with your schedule so that you can prepare well on your presentation. Okay, and next is going to be the resumption of the evening devotion that will be scheduled on November 26. Hopefully, we will do this at least once a week, this for the sake of our blessed families, and this will be in Tagalog. So with that, thank you again, dear CheonBo families, CheonBo victors, CheonBo challengers, and please take note of all these informations and announcement. Okay, so without, if there are any other announcement, meron pa ba? Okay, so kung wala na po, then let's move now to the closing prayer. We would like to call one of our CheonBo victors from Cebu. Let's call our Honorable Jameson and Shoko Muega for the closing prayer. So let's invite them for the closing prayer.
Good evening, heavenly parents and true parents, and our beloved leaders. Thank you so much this precious moment and this beautiful moment that together our very responsible, loving leaders and blessed families, heavenly parents, and we are so much grateful to we can hear and learn this precious and beautiful testimony every week, Heavenly Parents. So please let us to burn our faith and love to our Heavenly Parents, and to let us become more strong and bold, want more to our with through parents, so that we can do our responsibility portion of the responsibility to offer to Heavenly Parents, offer to the victory on 2027 Heavenly Parents. And once again, thank you so much this precious moment, and guiding us always through our elders and leaders, and of course our beloved true mother, Heavenly Parents. So thank you again. I report in our name, Jimson Shoko Mega represent our family. Aju.
Thank you, our brother Jameson Shoko. And so let us open our camera, and before we finally close and say goodnight, then let's have our picture taking. Let's call Crystal. Okay, please prepare your smile.